Hey there guys, VGSquiggy here, and welcome to episode 8 of Shooting the Shit with VGSquiggy, or STS, or whatever the hell you want to call it. This week we're talking about music. Last week we talked about horror movies, and this week we're talking about another thing that's big in my life, other than video games, of course, as you would probably know if you're watching this and you're on this channel. Music has always been a huge part of my life. When I was younger, my dad was in a band, several bands actually. So that's kind of, my dad is where I get a lot of my musical influence. My first concert I ever went to, whether you decide that my first concert was when I was 4, it was a Kiss concert, or while I was in the womb, it was also Kiss. So another artist that I was heavily influenced by at a young age, and still am, is Alice Cooper. So that those two kind of give you an idea of where I was initially with music, and then as I got older, I kind of progressed towards punk rock, um, which is when I discovered Green Day. Which brings me to the reason I'm talking about music this week, this evening actually. So actually, when you are seeing this, I will be at the concert. I'm seeing Green Day tonight. I'm pretty excited about that. I've never gotten to see them live, so I'm excited about that. Also, other than Green Day, around that time, I also discovered Simple Plan, who I actually saw for the first time earlier this year in Chicago, which was a great show. They performed with Set It Off. After that, or I guess I probably listened to Green Day after my initial roots, if you will. I got into Green Day, and then I got into Simple Plan, and then I got into like Megadeth, Metallica, Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden is another band I've seen live. I saw them when they toured with Alice Cooper, which is a fantastic lineup. Both groups did fantastic when I saw them on that tour. I've seen Alice a few times, 3 or 4 times, I think. Who else have I seen live? I've seen Weird Al Yankovic 3 times. No, 2 times. 2 times? I don't know. I don't remember. And who else? Kiss, obviously. Obviously, there's some other bands like that open for groups. There's a band called Cinder Road that is actually I'm actually still a fan of. I'm not sure if they're actually producing music still or not, but I saw them. They opened for Alice Cooper. When the second time I saw him, I think. I saw Set It Off. They opened for Simple Plan earlier this year. Seen a band called Rome's. They opened for a group I saw in Chicago. Is there anybody else? I've seen a European group called The Dove and the Wolf. It's a female duo. They were an opening act. Suzanne Santo, I believe is her name. I'm just gonna double check on that. Yeah, Suzanne Santo. Seen her as an opening act. I'm trying to think. Obviously, I could start naming with. I've seen other people because they've been with other people in their band. So I've seen Richie Scarlett. I've seen Johnny Depp with Alice Cooper as well. I don't know. Probably nearing the end of the list of people I've seen live. Oh, there's a big one I forgot. I've seen Trans-Siberian Orchestra live. I've only gotten to see them once, unfortunately. I really enjoyed their show. They're very huge. Um, which, if you listen to their music, makes sense. They, for those of you that don't know who they aren't familiar with them, I like to call their genre orchestral metal. It's really cool stuff. You should check it out. I think that is basically all the people I've seen live. There is one more, but I want to talk about some other stuff before I talk about that. So yeah, so I transitioned from Kiss and Cooper to Green Day, Simple Plan, to Megadeth, Metallica, Iron Maiden. Then I started to get into more modern and heavier stuff. Listened to bands like Suicide Silence. I got into Cannibal Corpse. Asking Alexandria, all that stuff. It's weird because normally when I talk about music, I can name bands like that, but I'm sitting here struggling to remember everything I listened to. In that same middle school, high school area where I started listening to Asking Alexandria and all that, I listened to Attack Attack. I listened to, oh god, Bring Me the Horizon, A Day to Remember. You get the point. All that pop punk ish stuff. Recently, I've been on a kick with bands like Beartooth, Code Orange, and everything related to them. I recently discovered this band. I think they're called Envy. Let me check real quick. Yeah, it's a band called Envy. They're out of Japan. They're a post-hardcore punk thing from Japan. They have a pretty small fan base just because they haven't really made a name for themselves outside of Japan at all. But I've been listening to them. But yeah, and the big ones that stick out, the ones that after I started listening to them, I've continued to, are Alice Cooper, Megadeth, Green Day, Simple Plan. For a long time, I would say when people ask what kind of music I listen to, I would say everything but rap and country. And within the past year and a half ish, that's changed a little bit. Um, I've started to listen to rap. I primarily listen to lyrical rap. What's hot right now seems to be mumble rap, which I understand is a derogatory term, and I'm okay with that because I hate it. I just have an issue with not being able to understand words. And you could say, hey, but you listen to post-hardcore and screamo, but the difference is lyrics are very important to me when it comes to music. And the difference is I can look those lyrics up for post-hardcore and screamo music, and I could look the lyrics up for the mumble rap too, but the difference is with post-hardcore and screamo, you can't always understand the words when you listen to it initially, but you can feel like the emotions behind the vocals because of how they're screaming or growling or whatever. Whereas with this mumble rap thing, it feels like they just don't care enough to speak clearly. Like there's no emotion behind going whoa, 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 whoa. And like maybe those lyrics are really meaningful, but I wouldn't know, and you're ruining your lyrics and any meaning that they would have by putting zero emotion behind them and not letting me hear them. So that's kind of where I'm at on rap. Right now I'm big into Logic and right now I'm big into Logic, and I've been listening to a lot of NWA. As far as the country side of this goes, I still have a huge issue with country music, and people give me shit about it all the time. But let me clarify. I respect the classics. I enjoy the classics. Johnny Cash is amazing. I love listening to Cash. And all the people... Okay. Country music is not what it used to be. Country music, in my opinion, other than pop, because pop is everywhere, but country music, other than that, is the biggest money-grubbing genre in music today. And every country song... Now, don't get me wrong, there are exceptions. There are groups that don't follow these formulas, but there's such a simple formula to making a country song and making it big. And you can draw lines and similarities between so many country songs that are on the radio. And the radio is a whole other thing. I don't listen to the radio whatsoever. I listen to Spotify. I have my own playlists. I follow the artists I want. I use the Discover feature to discover my new stuff. And that's it. I don't listen to the radio. I can't stand the fact that it's become just a money fight. Like, you're bidding to get on the radio all the time. It's not what music should be, in my opinion. And I don't know. I like what I call modern, what I call the version of the subgenre of country that I just don't respect. Is I call it stadium country, because it's become famous for filling stadiums, and that's all they really care about. Obviously, metal bands and rock bands and name it, acapella groups fill stadiums all the time. But there's other stuff behind it. whereas the stadium country scene, that seems to be, they sold the tickets, that's all they care about. I've heard horror stories about sold out country shows or country festivals, and most of the artists, like not most of the artists, but some of the artists, they just don't care. I've heard horror stories about artists coming out at the beginning of the show and being already wasted and barely being able to perform. And yes, I know that's happened with other bands. Guns N' Roses comes to mind immediately with Axl. But it's not regular in other genres, as I've heard so many stories about country music artists doing that. I don't know. I don't want to hate on country anymore. I don't want to get torn apart by the internet. As well, I'm already going to get torn apart by the internet. Who am I kidding? But I'm gonna move on to the next topic. Earlier on, I was naming everybody I've seen that I think I've seen live, and I did mention there was one more. Now, this next artist is somebody that none of you are ever going to hear of, unless this video like blows up, which probably isn't going to happen. But it's a guy by the name of Butch Walker. He is a singer-songwriter. He had, when people ask me what genre he is, it's hard. Like, he's Butch. Some backstory. He started in basically a hair metal band called South Gang. And then in the 90s to about 2000, he was in a pop punk band called the Marvelous Three. And through a lot of issues with the record label and stuff like that, they were forced to break up, and then they all went their separate ways, and Butch went on to do solo work. He released his first solo record in 0203, and he's made a huge name for himself in the music business, even though nobody really knows who he is. Musicians that are big enough, they know his name. And when I say this guy is, he's my top, he's my number one. The running gag among Butch Walker fans is there's not a lot of us, but we're all insane about him. I have a spade tattoo, and if you go on your interwebs, go to that little, open another tab while I'm talking to you, and type in Butch Walker the Spade. Look at the album. That's the name of the album, is The Spade. Look at the album artwork, and I have that all tattooed on my body. That was my first tattoo. But I've seen Butch. I saw him the first time for my 16th birthday. My mom took me. My mom was actually a fan before I was. She's the reason I'm a fan. So I'm 20. I turned 21 in October this year. And I have seen him 6 or 7 times in that time span. I see him at least once a year. But Butch is very, very, his lyrics are what draw me in the most. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's an amazing musician, but his writing is incredible. Just to give you guys an idea of how many groups of people he's worked with as a producer, I'm just gonna start naming off some stuff that he has produced. So, he produced all three of the Marvelous 3 albums. He produced Drunk Enough to Dance by Bowling for Soup. He produced Tomorrow by SR71. Seasons by Seven Dust. Under My Skin by Avril Lavigne. Still Not Getting Any by Simple Plan. Hearts on Parade by American Hi-Fi. A Little More Personal by Lindsay Lohan. I'm Not Dead by Pink, who he's actually really good friends with. When All That's Left Is You by Quiet Drive. The Great Burrito Extortion Case by Bowling for Soup. The Best Damn Thing by Avril Lavigne. The Honorary Title, Screamin' Light Up the Sky. One of the Boys, Katy Perry, Funhouse, Pink. A Twist in My Story, Secondhand Serenade. All Time Lows, Nothing Personal, Weezer's Gratitude. Dashboard Confessionals, After the Ending. Never Shout Never's What Is Love. The Mains, Black and White, Avril Lavigne's Goodbye Lullaby. Vices and Virtues by Panic at the Disco. Gavin DeGraw's Sweeter. The View from the Bottom by Lit. The Truth About Love, Pink. Taylor Swift's Red album from 2012. Save Rock and Roll, Fall Out Boy's album from 2013. Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die, Panic at the Disco. Fuse, Keith Urban. Everywhere You Look, Carly Rae Jepsen. So that's just like a quick run through. That was just like the standouts when I was scrolling through this. So yeah. I'm going to stop talking about Butch because I could go on forever. And I'm sure, I've already been talking for quite a while. But the last thing I want to talk about is, I was talking about seeing people live. I've talked about all these people I've listened to throughout the years. And at least among music lovers that I have in my friend group, there's always this debate whether or not concerts are better or listening on like a big surround sound system or with headphones on or whatever is better. So basically live or studio recorded. Well, I don't want to say that because live albums are hit and miss. No, don't get me wrong. Some of my favorite albums are live albums, but when it's okay, live albums, and for the most part, in my experience, live albums are good if it's a small venue, and live albums are really shit if it's a stadium show. But do I think that concerts are better or listening to, say, MP3s are better? When it comes right down to it, it depends on the band. Which is kind of a cop-out answer, but hold on. I've been lucky enough that I have not seen any bands really that just go out and sing through their album and leave. But I know that they're out there. Bands that are better live are the bands that put on a show. A concert shouldn't be band comes out, play their album, leave. A good show comes from the moments in between songs where the band's just interacting with the crowd and interacting with each other on stage. It comes from crowd participation. Obviously, there's other factors like how good the sound guy is or shit the sound guy is. The venue matters a lot. I prefer smaller venues for the most part. I saw earlier this year when I saw Set It Off in Simple Plan, it was just me and a buddy of mine, and we were in a venue. It was the House of Blues in Chicago, so you can look up pictures if you want. It holds less than 2,000 people. Standing room only. I prefer standing room only. mainly because I can get to the stage if I want to, and no one can tell me to go back to my seat because I don't have a seat. I prefer general admission for that reason too. But if I can't use that cop-out answer of it depends on the band, I will say live, because I think that the best live shows I've seen are better than the best albums I've ever heard. Yeah, that's the answer I'm going to go with. And I haven't been to any bad concerts, so I can't say that the worst concert is better than the worst album I've ever heard, although I have heard some really bad albums, or EPs, or anything. But yeah, so I'm going to say concerts are better. That's my final answer. Anyway, what do you guys think? Concerts or listening at home? Also, within the last 2.5 years, I've been building up a vinyl collection. I heard that it's coming back again. I could be wrong. I enjoy listening on vinyl. I think they sound awesome. I just recently got Alice Cooper's new album, Paranormal, on red vinyl. It looks very nice. So that's cool. Although I'm not sure why there's two LPs in it. And they're at 45. They're not 33, which is also odd. But whatever. Alice does whatever Alice wants, because it's Alice. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Who are some of your favorite musicians, favorite concerts, stories from concerts, bad or good. I like hearing embarrassing stories or horror stories from concerts. And what is your preferred method of listening at home? My preferred method of listening is vinyl, but it's not every band puts out vinyl anymore, so I do most of my listening on Spotify with headphones on or just through a sound system. But yeah, let me know how you listen at home, favorite concerts, favorite bands, concert stories, all that. But I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up. And all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of STS, Shooting the Shit with VGSquiggy, and I will see you... Fuck, I forgot to do a channel update. Okay, real quick, channel update. We are finishing up Uncharted 4 this week. There's going to be multiple episodes released on Friday, so we do finish that up before Monday when Uncharted Lost Legacy comes out. I will be getting that Monday night and releasing the first episode in the middle of the night Monday, if not multiple episodes in the middle of the night Monday. So look forward to that. And then after Lost Legacy, I haven't actually decided yet. I know I should do that. I'm thinking we're probably going to jump into The Evil Within, the first one. And then we will be doing the first two Wolfenstein games on PS4, that being The New Order and Old Blood. I don't know which order those are in. And then we'll do Evil Within 2, and then it'll probably be about time for Wolfenstein 2. Obviously, we've got Destiny 2 coming out on the 6th, so that will be coming as well. But yeah, with Destiny 2, what's most likely going to happen is I will do a playthrough of the story on the channel, and then I might do, I'll probably end up doing some raids in this one, just because I have a way bigger group than I did with the original Destiny. I've got like 15 people that I know getting Destiny 2. Also, they added matchmaking for raids into Destiny 2. So even if I didn't, I could do it with some randoms, which sounds like an awful idea, but who knows, maybe it could make for some funny moments. So yeah, that's what's happening. There also might be some like montages, funny moments with Destiny 2, just from me playing with friends. But yeah. I also have a project that I'm going to start working on today. I believe I've mentioned in a previous STS that I did my placements for season 5 of Overwatch. Finally, a while back. It's been a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I did that, and I'm still just sitting on all the footage. But I'm working on a project with that I'm really, really excited for. I think it could be big. I think it could do really well here on the channel. I think a lot of people might really enjoy it. So I'm going to start working on that today. I'm going to work on some other improvements today. Do like some end cards and intros maybe. Just trying to improve the channel, guys. That's what it comes down to. I'm always looking for ideas to improve. I've got so many ideas going. I've been thinking about adding Facecam recently. Facecam, when I first started the channel, I was like, I've seen multiple people do like 10,000 subscriber celebration. They do a face reveal. And that's always seemed cool to me, but as I've been getting more into this, I've kind of settled upon the opinion that it's gimmicky, and I don't know. It seems kind of like toying with your audience, and I don't want to do that. Listen, like if I were to ever do a face reveal, it would be way before 10,000. It would be at like 1 or 2,000. But I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I think I might just start doing Facecam. Because I know that personally, I don't watch any YouTubers that they either do Facecam or they do vlogs. So I know what they look like already. The majority of them do Facecam. And if there's somebody that doesn't do Facecam, it's a lot harder for me to watch them. So I have a DSLR already. As you guys know, I was in school for photography. I could very easily start doing Facecam, and it's definitely something that's being heavily considered right now. But I've talked for way too fucking long. But I don't know. It feels like I haven't talked to you guys in forever. I've been dealing with issues. That's another thing I should probably touch on. I've been dealing with issues recording. There's been a lot of issues lately. You guys know that I dealt with the internet issue of upload speeds under a meg, which was horrendous. It was taking me 16 hours to upload a 40-minute video. It was a very dark time. And then I don't know, like my Elgato just like took a shit almost. It's working again. It's almost brand new, but it just like I don't know if settings got tweaked when they shouldn't have or something. But as you guys have seen in the latest Uncharted videos, there was a corrupted live commentary for Monday's episode. Yesterday's episode and today's episode and tomorrow's episode all have artifacting in them, which is disgusting looking. And I really apologize for that, but I recorded 4 episodes in one night, and I played so much, there was no conceivable way for me to go back and play through all of it. Plus, when I've gone back and played through stuff after things have messed up. I've gone back and played through stuff again before, and it just takes away so much from my commentary because I'm no longer shocked by the story. I know what's going to happen, and I'm not a good actor. I've never claimed to be a good actor. There's a reason that I prefer to be behind the camera. Yes, I like to perform on stage. I was in show choir in high school, but that's completely different than like I'm in a big group. I just have to make my face look like I'm enjoying it. I don't have to talk. I don't have to react to things necessarily. But I think I finally got all those issues worked out. You guys are probably seeing Overwatch in this video. You know what? I will try for you guys. I will try to install a different shooter. I know we did Broforce a couple weeks ago, I think. That one was because my internet was down and I couldn't play Overwatch. But I don't know. Maybe I'll install old Call of Duty or something. I don't know. But yeah, Jesus, I've been talking for way too long. So all that being said, I don't even remember what I was going to ask you guys to put in the comments. Music shit. Talk about music. Talk about things here on the channel. Give me ideas. Shit on my channel. Criticize me. Tell me to die in a hole. I don't know. Do whatever the fuck you want. Comment on the video. Stop spamming my channel, by the way. I've gotten like one comment so far that was from a real person. Well, they're all obviously from real people somewhere down the line. But one person that wasn't advertising their social media channel or their YouTube channel or wanted me to come watch their webcam. Like, I'm just gonna delete any spam comments. Period. That's it. I have my filter set on my channel, so anything that looks like spam, I'm going to see before it goes public, and I'm just gonna delete it. Most of the time, I don't even read things that look like that are likely spam. I just delete them. If a comment is genuine, I will read it, and I will reply to it if it calls for a reply, and I'll enjoy it. But stop spamming my videos. I have less than 10 subscribers, and I'm already being spammed. I've been asked if I want to participate in shout-out competitions. I don't want to do that. I want to grow on my own, thank you. If someone gives me a shout-out somewhere down the line, and I gain a bunch of subscribers, it's whatever, but I'm not going to do any of this jumping through hoops to hopefully gain subscribers thing. You know, in my opinion, me, like, subscribing to somebody else's channel, commenting on 17 videos with these phrases, like, all this bullshit is stupid. I'm sorry. Like, I understand if you're going to do a shout-out competition, do it right. A shout-out competition, if you're going to do one, needs to be, hey, I'm inviting you to my shout-out competition, submit a video with this hashtag or whatever in the title, and I'm going to judge the videos, and the best video wins the shout-out. Judge their ability to produce content on the platform. Don't make it random. Don't make it, participation on your channel based. Don't make it so, like, whoever comments the most or shares the most videos, they get the shout out. That's stupid, because if you're spending enough time on YouTube to share every one of somebody's 200 videos 17 times a day to win a shout-out competition, guess what? You aren't spending enough time producing your content, and you're not producing quality content. Sorry, that's just how it is. Jesus, now I'm ranting. I need to get the hell off this microphone. You guys don't want to listen to me talk anymore today, I'm sure. All that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, the rant time, the STS, the channel update, whatever. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a comment down below, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the next episode of Uncharted 4, and next week for the next STS. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.